Hi, everyone. Thanks for meeting the conference about connected e-bikes, what opportunities for bike brands. We'll start right away with a presentation of Jacques Bonneville, co-founder of Gaya.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jacques Bonneville. I have been involved in light electric vehicle business for several years now in different aspects of e-bike, e-scooter, and batteries too. So today we will talk to you about Gaya, a new French e-bike brand. We founded this a little bit more than 1 year ago. This bike and this family of bike is mainly for urban families. It's modular and it has to improve your life and to enjoy bike in cities. We are also a company with a so-called mission. We are focused to reduce ecological impact, develop new features to help the rider to enjoy more the life in the city.
Thanks for that introduction. On my side, my name is Johnny Smith. I'm co-founder and CMO at Velco. So Velco, we're a French company and we do IoT solutions for the e-bike industry. What we provide basically is the capacity for a brand to go from an e-bike business to a smart bike business. So we'll talk a bit more about what are the different steps, what kind of connectivity can you integrate on the e-bike. We've been working since 2015 on that topic. What I can already say is that the market has completely changed since 2015. We really realized that now connectivity, digital, gathering of data, but also communication with the end user is a real key point for the e-bike brand. So let's start right away with just a few information about the market and what we've been realizing on it. First of all, the connected e-bike market. We say that has already conquered its market because it's been more than a couple of years now that we see different brands such as Van Moof, such as Cowboy, but also others like Decathlon, Intersport, Bulls, Bosch that are bringing more and more the connected solution and their smart or their smart systems, for example, for Bosch. So we've been having those kind of information pushed to us, telling us, okay, we're bringing a more personalized mobility experience for the end user thanks to digital. And the whole point of the conference is to understand what can you actually do with connectivity and how does it benefit to the end user, but also to the whole value chain. The four main topics why connected e-bikes are booming. Well, first of all, I think we're all working on the same direction, is how to bring the best cycling experience for the end user. There's four different topics that we need to solve all together. The first one is the first reason why an automotive rider is not going for an e-bike because he's afraid for his own life. So cyclist safety is the #1 reason why we don't have more e-bike users. Second reason, bike security. Of course, we know that there's many thefts in our cities in Europe, but also globally. So there's also something we need to do about that. Reliability of the e-bikes, just bring the e-bike lifetime expanded. This is a challenge. There's a lot we can do thanks to communication in between an IoT solution and an e-bike system. And also simplicity and fun. What we're trying to bring is a real everyday mean of transportation. And so the end user needs to be proud of his bike and wants to use it every day. So at Velco, we've been working on segmentation of the different connected e-bikes because we see yeah, more and more projects. We see them coming a bit everywhere from the world, but also with different kinds of technology, different kinds of benefits and services. So we've been creating those three main segments. The first one is called the digital bike. The digital bike is more an experience during the ride. And usually this experience, you can have it thanks to the integration of a Bluetooth technology on the e-bike. So there's different e-bikes that are integrating that. Now we see more and more drive systems integrating them, either and more often through the display of the bike. The second category is the connected bike, and there the point is to have a connectivity experience before and after the ride. And there we go with the connected systems such as IoT solutions that are most common on the market right now. And then we're going for the smart bike, which is a more premium experience that because you really have the three different steps: the before, the during, and the after riding. So how do we classify them? We've been trying to understand how does it work exactly between the IoT price, the IoT module price that you need to integrate, but also the benefits. Of course, we see that most of the benefits are there with the smart bike solution. Which kind of benefits? Of course, the riding experience that you can also have through the digital bike, for example, with the phone can actually be the display of the e-bike as it's communicating live with the system. You can therefore have your instant speed, change your assistance level. So all of that is possible thanks to Bluetooth. For the self-protection and safety for riders, there's a lot that can already be done with normal, like a more simple IoT device. And then if we're trying to position those, what we understand is smart bikes is more premium segment. And we see more and more brands that are trying to go in that direction. And that will be interesting to understand the vision of Gaya and what they're doing and where do they want to go. If we take three examples, different projects, the first one, Intersport, they've been developing their NACA e-Power mobile application. We actually worked on the application with them. The point for them was to bring a during the ride experience, but it was also to enhance the use of e-SUV bike. The point was to have, for example, being able to set your e-bike sharing routes, so being able to record your different routes and being able to share them with your friends, have statistics about how much you're using the bike, but also the performances of your bike, get some maintenance alerts. All of that was the main point was to create a new experience for the end user. And Nakamura, I'm sure, will show us in the future that they're going even further in the connectivity. The connected e-bike by Ultima. Ultima is a French brand. They're in fact one of the first to integrate the Velco system. They are providing a bike for everyday use, integrating features such as the bike safety with notification, sound alarm, track and trace, and the fact that you cannot turn on the electrical assistance of the e-bike. So a real security solution, but also statistics, history of trips, maintenance alerts. They're working on different features there. The whole point for them was to have a bike sold to the end user that will last and that will grow with the end user, so improving his everyday experience with more features and more engagement through the digital tool that is the mobile application. And third project, VanMoof, that we all know. They were one of the first ones to work on connectivity for e-bikes. We identified them as a smart bike because they're really pushing different features, such as the security with some sound notification deterring the theft, for example. They're also been working on features such as e-bike over-the-air update, which is a great feature that all brands are looking for right now, being able to improve your e-bike experience thanks to updates that can be downloaded directly either through Bluetooth technology or directly through an IoT device. And that's what you can do with the premium IoT device that we're talking about. Okay, so now let's go for the connectivity for e-bike brands. Let's review the different benefits, and then we'll listen to Jacques present to us the Gaya brand, but also the Gaya connectivity experience. What we understand from the different conversations we can have with brands, they really see value in two different points. The first one is to boost sales and the brand value. The whole point is to differentiate from competitors thanks to service. We truly believe that service is the key answer for many brands. Many bikes have the same kind of structure, and we now need the brands to really engage their end user and try to make sure that through service, the end user is gonna stick to the brand. We can also maximize sales thanks to the anti-theft features. Many surveys has shown that when the end user is going in the shop and about to buy the bike, he is about to spend some money to do that investment. But when it comes to paying, the question about what happens if my bike gets stolen is always coming up. So there's different services now about insurance services, of course, protective products to make sure that the bike is secured, but also connectivity has a great impact because thanks to technology, you can localize the bike, you can retrieve it, you can also share information about that e-bike live with the police forces for them to retrieve it. Many things we can do for security. What we also think is that customer loyalty is really important, and that's why this kind of technology can improve the stickiness of the user to the brand. You can have a better support to your end users because you will be able to control, to check the e-bike remotely. So that's it for the main benefits. For now, let's hear Jacques about connectivity for his brand.
Yes, so our approach is a little bit different than what we have seen on the market in the recent time, where most of the bikes are very much for bike enthusiasts and fans. In our case, according to city congestion, we develop a new brand, digital brand, so direct to consumer, called Gaya. This brand, the target of this brand is mainly young families, in order to offer to these people the way, really, if it's a lot of people are talking about that, but really to replace car. So we focus on, I will come back after on customer relation and user experience, but on the product itself, we focus on safety. So safety, the product use, let's say, scooter and motorcycle category components like headlights, turn lights, stop lights, to give the safety of a motorcycle in the city. So this is one very important. Then we focus on comfort and easy to ride. So the wheels are smaller than average city bike. It's 20-inch. It's very much focused on comfort and riding, so a city position. And then what's maybe the most important, because we are a direct brand selling directly to consumer, is the connectivity. The connectivity is not just because it's fashionable, it's because we need mainly two aspects. One aspect is to be able to talk directly to our consumer, to know them quite well and to benefit from their experience of the bike, to improve and to make the evolution of the bike according to its real actual usage. Sometimes we foresee a usage that is completely different, so we need to understand what our customers are doing, how many miles are they doing, are they climbing hills, to all these kind of things for to know the usage, because we don't have dealer network. So we must establish a very close communication to our consumers. Then the other point is the predictive maintenance, because we sell direct. So we have maintenance programs, and we need to learn by a learning curve process how a product are used in terms of mileage, of speed, in order to make the right dimension on battery, on motor, on brakes. So it's mainly on the service side. And then what is the most critical sometimes when people want to buy a new bike, generally they are afraid of, let's say, safety. So now safety, you have more and more bicycle lanes. They're afraid of weather. So they are equipment now. And the last thing is security. They are afraid of having their bike stolen, according to the investments it makes. So this is why at this time for Gaya connected bike in this category, we work with Velco in order to have also the experience of tracking and monitoring the theft of the bike. So this is very important for us to know where the bike is when it's stolen. We have an alarm system integrated inside, and of course we have tracking. Just for the sake of history, when we developed the first prototype of Gaya more than 1 year ago, our bike has been stolen, really stolen. It was not a game. And fortunately, we had Velco system on it, so we found it 3 days after at 50 kilometers from where we were, and the police went and catch up. So it's not just a trick, it's really something useful. And people sometimes don't make this purchase because of the risk of being stolen. Also, we add on this important connectivity feature, insurance program, in order to reimburse the bike if it's really stolen and not found back. But really, this third point is very important. Okay, this is more or less a global picture. If you have some question after, we can answer to more detail on question if you have any, with pleasure.
Thank you, Jacques. Yes, it's true. That experience of your first prototype was quite something, but I'm glad it worked out. Yeah, so we thank you for the presentation of your mobile application, but also your connectivity approach. As Jacques said, we work together, Gaya and Velco, on the digitization of the Gaya experience. What we've been providing to Gaya are 3 main applications. The first one is the user mobile application. You saw some screenshots on the previous slide. So it is a personalized mobile application. One of Velco's big strengths in our product offer is the personalization possibilities. We offer a SaaS platform with different applications that are standard applications, but we really do have a possibility to personalize, and it makes quite a difference for some brands like Gaya that have a really strong graphical and environment. So there's a lot of possibilities to personalize the end user's experience there. The second platform is the rider management platform, the Velco Business Insight. This is a platform dedicated to brands It allows you to have a global vision, but also a precise vision of each one of the bikes that you've been selling. You have many information, such as information of the e-bike for support purposes. You also have information about the subscription. You will have the possibility to set automated communications directly through the platform. So a lot to do through that web application that is dedicated to Gaya. And also another tool for the assembly of the bike. And this is a tool to make sure that the integration of the IoT has been done properly on the e-bike.
Yes,
Jacques, do you want to add
yes,
anything
one thing
on the
about
platform?
this last tool, it's very important because when we work now with connected bike, it's important to have a serious traceability program. And what we do with the tool of assembly is we try to reach the traceability level that is applied in the auto industry. And that is very important for future management of bicycle life. So this is key to, let's say, not to buy a toy on the shelf to put it on a bike, because we need to understand on the 10 or 100 of thousands of bikes sold, what is the history of all bike and with which components it has been done, because as I mentioned before, predictive maintenance is key for user experience and customer satisfaction.
Yeah, totally. It's true that from that platform you can pair different components directly through the platform. You will scan, in fact, your IoT device, your e-bike. We have more options there to also be able to scan more and more parts directly through the platform. And this is when everything starts. So we have an automated test that runs behind to make sure that the connectivity works well on the bike, but it's also the beginning of the traceability, as Jacques was saying, because you know when it has been assembled, paired, being okay. You have a proof that actually in the assembly line it was working well or not. So that's really an important tool for assemblers, but also for brands to guarantee that quality that they're looking for. So a few questions, Jacques. First of all, why did you choose connectivity for Gaya? I think you talked about it, but how did it come?
Yeah, so in fact, in some of my previous life, I had the experience of selling through dealer network, and it was quite difficult to get feedback and customer profile. And when we created with my partner Gaya, we say, okay, we need to be in contact with our customers to be able to offer very high level of user experience. So the main thing was to get into contact with consumers.
Okay, so really for the communication purposes, and that's our next question is, what about that communication? How did connectivity improve? Did you see a difference? Like, can you actually see it today?
Yeah, right now we are just starting, but we have some pilot customers, and it's really a question of getting a high level of customer satisfaction, because the consumer knows that they are virtually in contact with their brand, and they can have access to with different channels to ask questions in order that we can solve remotely their question or their problems. So for us, it's a very good asset that we are building for the brand image to be close to our customer.
Okay, so support is a main topic. Are you also learning from the data you're gathering, learning for maybe a next version of e-bike?
Yeah, this is very important, because sometimes this is typically French also, or in Europe, people want more and more power on the bike, more and more battery. And of course, this has a big impact on the cost and price. And one of our target of Gaya is to make e-bike affordable to everybody. So we don't want to overspec or over-engineer our bike. So for us, it's in the product development cycle, is to be sure to offer what people need, but not more, not twice. So this is really important for us to develop our new product.
Okay. And how does the end user reacts when you tell him that his bike is connected? In French, we've been talking a lot about the protection of end user data. But how do they react? What's your experience?
In fact, they have as for according to the law we have in France, people can choose if they are monitored by us according to their, let's say, ride experience. So they do it consciously, not randomly, and they are they want to have the efficiency of usage of bike improved. So it's part of the brand proposition. So they come to us also mainly because of connectivity. So it's true that when they, according to the situation, especially in big cities, they see a big benefit being monitored, let's say, by, of course, the security issue and also the user experience they want to have improved.
Yeah, they want to be followed by the brand,
yeah.
And not just selling a product and then
yes, exactly.
you take care of it.
Yeah, it's a choice. We say, okay, we have a brand close to the everyday use, so we can improve and offer you, just as if I take an example, we offer them regularly new equipment or accessories according to what they experience. So it's a kind of, not a kind, it's an exchange between consumer and the brand. Also because Gaya being a direct consumer brand, for them, it's the only way to talk to us afterwards when we have this connectivity, this data that we can offer them and be more accurate in what we offer them in the future as product or as service.
Yes, that's fair. And did you see any upsell possibilities? Selling more, you were talking about different accessories. Do you think that connectivity can help you to sell more to the end user?
Yes, what we have, so accessories are like quite common because a lot of brand already offer accessories. Where we make some difference on the market already today, it's because we offer different level of services. So of course, a big part of our customers come from the auto industry. They are auto consumers and they want to get rid of their cars. It's a very big part of our consumer, and they expect to find the same kind of service. So I would take just 2 examples. Of course, one is if the car is stolen. So if the bike is stolen in this case, they have a service. We reimburse them their bike and we can have the opportunity to find it back because it's located and we know where the bike is. And also we develop some road assistance. If people have even a small issue like tire puncture, they have the option with Gaya to call a free number and to have somebody coming to pick them up by taxi and driving them home and taking the bike either home or to a repair shop. So very similar to what is done in the car industry, and it's also our duty if we want to improve the usage of bicycle in cities to be at the same level of service than what car industry is doing or has been doing.
Yeah. And we understand now why predictive maintenance is also very important for you, because if you sell those kind of services to your end users, you need to make sure that the bikes are in a good state, making sure the maintenance has been done correctly, because you don't want to have tires that are broken and that you need to go for repairing. So
yeah, because this service has a cost and it's a kind of let's say positive circle. When you say you have a bike in a better shape with a better equipment where it's needed, in tires, in lights, in also in order that you can avoid step by step to have these drawbacks in everyday life. So it's really to improve the riding experience. And of course, the number of potential customers we expect that is very big. We just need to overcome the drawbacks that are identified. So one of the predictive maintenance, equipment, comfort, security is something on which connectivity can bring us a lot of data and a lot of experience.
Okay, well, very clear. Thank you, Jacques, for those answers. To go a little bit further, you can go on our website, velco.tech/en if you want it in English, and you can download our white paper. The white paper to go a bit further on that topic, understanding the benefits and opportunities for brands. There's a lot of different examples of features of different projects, a lot of data about the e-bike market, but also the smart bike market. So you can just download it directly on our website. It's really interesting content. To go a bit further, Jacques has been presenting the connectivity that we collaborated on for the Gaya project. I will just present quite quickly what Velco ecosystem and product offer is, and then of course later on, if you have any questions, we will be able to answer to them. This is global picture of what we do. On the left side, we propose different IoT devices. So we have different types of integrations possible. We have compact connected box with different personalization, different models possible with internalized, externalized antennas, making sure that we can integrate the technology on any kind of e-bike. We also have the possibility to integrate that technology directly in the handlebar of the e-bike. This is quite a unique integration that Velco has been developed and has IP on that kind of integration. It is interesting because if you have an existing design and you want to integrate the connectivity, it is not something easy because, of course, the e-bike is made of aluminum. If you integrate connectivity in the aluminum, you will not be able to receive and send data. So that's why the connected handlebar that you place like any other handlebar on the bike can be also an interesting option. Those IoT modules are communicating directly with our cloud server. Everything is based in France, so all your data is in France. It is operated by Velco because we are also the security for you in terms of GDPR. We securize and make sure that the data is used in a correct way. So in fact, with Velco, we're co-owning the data, which means that Gaya's data stays Gaya's data, but Velco is co-owner to make sure that you are GDPR compliant and making sure that you can access all the data through our different applications. Then two different possibilities. If it's your first connectivity project, we have developed all the necessary tools for you to start in the best possible way. So we've been talking about the Velco Rider mobile application. That is a white label mobile application with different features, security, safety, maintenance. All of those features are integrated directly on it. We have the Velco Business Insight we've been talking about in order for the brand to gather the data, understand the end user, automate communication through the mobile application thanks to that platform. We've been talking also about the Assembly Assist platform for the manufacturers. We have other applications. For example, the Velco Fleet Management is a platform that is made to manage your fleet of bicycles. So it can be for a small fleet of, 10 bicycles, but we also have some of our clients that are using that on tens of thousands of bicycles. So it is a really interesting platform. You can have alerts on maintenance. You can have statistics on your fleet. You can have heat maps about where people are using their bikes on. So also interesting. If you already have your own tools or you've been doing that first experience and you want to invest in your own tools, own mobile application, for example, we also give the possibility to access all that data, all those services and actions, triggers that you can do through the IoT device, through APIs. So this is also one of the options for Velco. So we talked about the Velco rider experience, safety, security, reliability, and of course, enhancing the end user experience. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see the mobile application with just a quick video to show you a bit the different features, the locking solution, the ability to have the percentage of battery of the e-bike live, statistics about your rides, history of your rides. This is the maintenance notifications and triggers that you as the brand can set for the end user. The end user will have a vision of when he needs to come to do his maintenance and why. So also educating the end users about what are the different maintenance levels that you need to do on your e-bike. So all of this is integrated on the app and available if you start working with Velco. Second platform, we talked about it, the Velco Assembly Assist. The point is to pair and test, make sure that you have the traceability. It is also possible if you have your own ERP to gather, to export all that data and integrate everything in your ERP. So it is a tool to also, if you want to start on connectivity, if you have your own tools, we are also compatible with that. Velco Business Insight, the platform for the brands. The point is to give you more tools to take decisions, but also to support your end users, as Jacques was saying. We're looking for quality and customer satisfaction. And of course, we talked about upsell, different possibilities in the upsell, but also understanding who are your users, what they're doing with their bikes, so you can improve their mobility experience with the next version of SmartBikes. And the fleet management platform for you to be able to supervise and secure your bicycles, and also managing all the maintenance that needs to be done. We have, for example, triggers that you can set on defining if you want to receive a notification for all your bikes that have been reaching a percentage of battery under 20%. But it can be also other kinds of data. With Velco solution, we have access to all the data from the CAN bus. So there's a lot more that you can do from there. We're talking about the SOH, for example. That is very interesting information to have if you have a fleet of bicycles. The smart bikes and the connected goals, more and more features, and the potential is infinite. We are working on different features such as the crash detection. That is really important for the user safety. There's different other features that we see a bit everywhere, weather forecast, gamification. So receiving some awards from using more and more your bike. Yeah, different kind of features. Jacques, do you have maybe an understanding or a vision of which kind of feature could be really game changing for the end user?
Yes, in fact, if we check what's happening in mobility industry, like bike, motorcycle, there are something that will normally land to bicycle industry. Of course, we have fall detection. That is something very important for insurance, with allowing to identify is the bike fall down, and after it's, as you mentioned, it's other element that we have on our smartphone generally, like weather and air quality forecast. That is something important also that we monitor every day.
Yeah, our vision is what we would like to bring is the experience you can have right now in your car with the CarPlay experience, being able to have access to different kind of services through one single platform, one single tool that is your mobile application. We do think that it's really important that only the brand is appearing. So Gaya's mobile application is only Gaya. You'd never see Velco anywhere. And then this mobile application should be the center of different services that are necessary for an e-bike rider.
After there are after there are some items that come. So because what we say today is maybe changing. So tomorrow, but according to the recent focus on energy. Now more and more people ask us about how do they manage energy. So in bike, there will be bigger and bigger battery. So the energy management is something quite important also. We are talking about vehicle to grid in cars, but we start also to talk to use the energy of the bike to do something else. So the communication with the battery management system is something also very important to understand the energy, how we manage the energy in the bike. So compared to 10 years ago, the energy on the bike is like 5 times bigger than the bike of 10 years ago. Today we reach nearly 1 kilowatt hour. Before, let's say, at the beginning of the boom of the bike, the battery were more around 200 watt hour. So we are 5 times, and now we start to say, okay, we can power something else than the bike with the battery. So it's important also with connectivity to inform the consumer and the rider how much energy he has in his bike. Can he make fried eggs with his battery in the future if he has a shortage of energy in his house? So these start to be offered already for cars in US, for example. So it's important also this kind of approach about energy management in the future.
Okay, well, thanks for that coming features that we will probably see coming. Well, thank you, Jacques, for your knowledge and experience that you could share today.
It's a pleasure
do you have
to share
any
this with you and all our audience.
Well, thanks to you. Do you have any last word that you want to talk about?
No, I think we need to adjust our product and service offer to the consumer and to what he needs. This is the condition of success. So what we use sometime at Gaya, we say Gaya means go as you are. So it means you can enjoy life and riding with a bike, and it's the duty of the brand to offer you all these services.
Nice. Okay. Well, thank you, Jacques.
Thank you.
We will be able to answer to your questions. So please just let us know what did you think about it, and yeah, don't hesitate. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
You can keep in touch with us directly through LinkedIn or directly through our websites. They're just written right down there. Thanks a lot.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you.
Bye.